Royal YouTube sensation Paula M. Paula, have to kick off with this breaking news. Prince Harry bottled it. I'm now calling him the Pussy Prince. He's not a dragon slayer. He's just a frog prince, isn't he? He's all talk.
What just happened? Prince Harry, the man who swore he'd never settle, just walked away with £10 million. But wait, wasn't he the same guy who dragged Prince William for doing the exact same thing? Oh, the hypocrisy is real. And Dan Wootton, he's going in on Harry, calling him out for abandoning his so-called fight for justice.
But I'm fascinated, Paula, to get your reaction. Why has he taken the money and ran?
Well, Dan, I mean, were we expecting anything less? About a month ago, he did an interview for almost 36 minutes in New York, I believe, where he stated that he was asked, why do people settle out of 1,300? There's only 2 of you left. And then he said that he knew why people were forced to settle, but that he didn't, that he wouldn't settle, because he was going to be the voice for those 1,300 victims, or the other people who couldn't, afford like he did, or like he does, to go through, because his whole mission has been, and these are his words. This is not something that we're making this up, guys. I mean, this is what he's been saying all along for the past 5 years, that he's never going to settle, that he wants the truth out there, that he wants to expose these vile people, that he wants his day in court, that this is not about money. He has criticized, most importantly, the settlement that Prince William took. And basically, from what I understand, he donated £1 million to the Royal Foundation. So the major critic that he has had, I think, is being neutered, really. You make him look cute there, but I think he's being neutered.
And he's not cute. He's a nasty piece of work.
Harry's huge courtroom U-turn. Why this is a PR disaster for the Sussexes. Meghan's possible reaction, hint, she's not complaining. And what this settlement really says about Harry's credibility. If you're tired of the double standards, hit that subscribe button right now.
But I sort of sometimes feel you've got to humiliate the guy a bit, don't you? Because at the end of the day, he should feel humiliated.
He's doing a pretty good job of that himself, don't you find that? Because he has just, right now, himself, and this is all on him, then, he has proven that his word means nothing, that he was doing all of this for publicity, that he was doing this simply to keep himself in the news, to remain relevant, and that indeed, at the end of the day, is Mr. Money the one who rules. Because I remember that there was an article that said that when Prince William, I think he even included that in his court case, that Prince William got a 7-figure settlement against the newspapers. But now, immediately, People Magazine has it out there saying that he got an 8-figure. So he seems to me like he's in a battle to be one-up Prince William. So I wonder how much of that money is going to go to the lawyers, because he still has to pay the legal bills, which I think they're in the millions. Number 2, is he going to donate anything? Because Prince William donated money. But the most incredible thing is that this man is so unaware of the damage that he has done to himself. His word means nothing. His brand is gone with this after 5 years of relentless vowing that he would never, ever, that he was going to see it through. Those were his words, actually, less than a month ago, that he was going to see this through no matter what. So his word means nothing. The newspapers, this is a huge win for the newspapers, because they managed to expose another hooker. I think of him as a hooker, selling himself for the right amount of money. So they have exposed him as a liar.
Yeah, totally. He is all about the money. Do you think, Paula M., this will have been motivated by the recent failures for the Sussexes financially? I mean, at this point, they're going to head to bankruptcy soon enough. I don't mean immediately, by the way, because I know they still have the inheritance money, but they are burning through cash, and they are not going to get the sorts of deals from Netflix and Spotify ever again.
I totally agree with you, Dan. I mean, who's paying for the security? Just security alone. It's a mil, $1.5 million.
Easy.
Let's get into it. The £10 million payout. So here's the deal. Prince Harry has been ranting for years about how he'd never settle, how this was about justice, not money. But guess what? When the moment of truth came, he took the money and ran. £10 million to be exact.
Easily. I mean, and I'm
because he's so paranoid that he actually has more security than what he needs.
And nobody knows who he is. This is that truth, you know. But in his mind is this. I was, before I came here, I actually did a video, and I was going through that interview he gave less than a month ago, and he's the self-entitlement, because at one point he even asked the people in the audience, who are all CEOs, like proper high achieving people, to raise their hands if they are against the media, how the media intrusion and blah, 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 and how they have to regulate and basically censor, right? So everybody raises their hands, and how people should take accountability. So he asked people to raise their hands if they feel that the media should be made accountable and people should take accountability. And I said in my video, he should have raised both his hands and both his feet, because this is a man who lacks any accountability whatsoever. And to me, I am shocked. I am shocked, Dan, that serious mainstream media are calling this a huge win for Harry.
I know, but the other propagandists for Harry, it's pathetic. You know, Woke High TV, the British Bashing Corporation, Sly News, it's pathetic. They're completely in the tank, and they hate Rupert Murdoch. So that's obviously playing a part in all of this too. The thing that I'm so shocked by, Paula, we haven't heard today that Harry is donating all of this money to charity like his brother did. Remember, he was so critical of Prince William settling, even though Prince William did donate all the money to charity. Surely, given Harry's apparent passion regarding the LA wildfires, surely all 10 million should go to this cause, right? Surely that's just a no-brainer.
Yeah, whatever remains after he pays his legal fees, which should be very little, because I mean, I think that the winners in these cases have been the lawyers, Harry's lawyers.
Yep.
You know, they have been pushing a narrative. I mean, he's down in the millions, because I mean, I don't know, because it hasn't, the details have not been made public, but I don't think that the newspapers are covering for Harry's legal bills. I think that each of them are paying for their own legal bills, right? I don't know. I mean,
well, so, my feeling is that part of the deal, and this did not actually emerge in the statement in court today, but my understanding, Paula, is that part of the deal is that both lots of the legal fees are paid through News UK. So Harry is not left with any bill. I mean, he's the luckiest guy alive. He's the luckiest guy alive. And personally, that's why I wanted this to get to court. Paula, I just wanted to ask you about what you think Meghan Markle's reaction to this will be. She's never been that keen on this legal action, and it has caused tensions in the relationship, which is already struggling, let's be honest. Do you think she'll be delighted, though, at the payday, the big check? Because we know this is a very money-motivated human being.
And it gets worse. He once criticised Prince William for accepting a settlement, calling it part of a secret palace deal. So what does that make his deal now? The question is, was this ever about accountability? Or was it always about the biggest paycheck he could get? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Dan Wootton destroys Harry.
yeah, but I have also another take on it as well, Dan. Yes, of course, Meghan Markle is a money, you know, she is a true definition of a cheap social climber. But yeah, the money will play a big part. But I think that somehow, I might be wrong, she will use this to somehow say, see, Vanity Fair is doing the same to me. This is why the mainstream media can't be taken seriously, because look, we just won. But what people don't know is that this is an old case. This is not a now case. But somehow I have a feeling that this woman is going to somehow exploit it to her advantage to try and undo the damage that the Vanity Fair article has done to her, especially when she's shopping for a book or to sell Harry's videos. That because this woman, I mean, has been recording Harry from, I mean, I don't think there's a second that Harry hasn't been recorded by Meghan Markle, whether it be fights, whatever. So this is somehow, I have a feeling this woman is going to try to link this settlement, because this is not a victory. I refuse to call it a victory, because this is an embarrassment to the royal family in a way, because Harry has no word. His word means nothing. But I have a sneaky suspicion that Meghan Markle's going to try and link it and say, see how the media lies? See how the media lies? And Vanity Fair is going to be like that too. I don't know. Of course, she's going to be happy about the money. Well, now that I know that the lawyers, according to your sources, he's not going to pay a cent. So he's going to keep the millions, which is outrageous. I don't, you know what? If I had been the newspapers, I would have said to Harry, you know what? Game on, buddy. And what's shocking to me, let's face it, Dan, is the privilege that their title is giving him. Because actually, one of my subscribers today asked me in my video, wasn't there like a time limit for these kind of lawsuits to happen? And from what I understand, this had already passed. The deadline for this lawsuit, particular lawsuit, to be submitted or started had already passed. But because it was Prince Harry, he has gotten away with a lot of privilege, just like when Meghan Markle, in my humble opinion, committed perjury to the courts in the UK when she submitted a written statement saying that she had absolutely zero contact with Carolyn Durant and Omid Scooby, Scooby-Doo. So, and we found out through Jason Kanoff and the text messages and the emails that that was not the case. Yet this woman was allowed to get away with it. It is quite appalling to see this.
Dan Wootton, the man who's been following this story from the start, just ripped into Harry. He called out how Harry has spent years playing the victim, blaming the press, blaming the palace, blaming everyone but himself. Wootton even planned to testify in court, but surprise, surprise, Harry settled before that could happen. Makes you wonder, did Harry really want the truth out, or was he just scared of what might come out in open court? Oh, and while we're exposing things, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next bombshell we uncover. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.